Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chalavet Movies. My name is John and this video is going to be about what I've picked up in the last couple of days. I went to One Stop, I went to CEX and I also went to HMV. Now in the HMV I was looking for Last Action Hero, more about that later on, and also I picked up a title I'm really amazed that was actually in there at a sensible price. More of that later on. So first of all, I went to One Stop, and in One Stop, which if you don't know, it's basically, I think it's everything's a pound. When that was liquidated, it's come back as One Stop, and it's just the same sort of shop. And the good thing about it is the Blu-rays are only £1. I mean, in Poundland, they're £2, but I've got a feeling that I don't know how One Stop get the same thing as Poundland, but anyway, that they do. And sometimes you can get the same titles in there for £1 cheaper. And they've got some decent ones in if you hit unlucky. So I picked up for £1 Run Fat Boy Run. This is the movie that was with Simon Pegg. I think it was directed by David Schwimmer. It might have even been written by David Schwimmer and Simon Pegg to a certain extent. I would read it, but I can't actually see the print from here. I haven't got my glasses. So I have seen this movie. I did like it, and when I saw it there I thought, well, for £1 it's one of them ones, even if you got it just to watch and you just sort of sold it or did and something with it, I'd even use the box for something. It's good value for money. So that's Run Fat Boy Run. Next in CEX I got this film. Now I've been after this film, I would say, just to see this film. I haven't been really mad keen on getting it. I have seen it in 4K at a like about £7, and I thought, well, I had it in my hand a couple of times and I thought, nah, I don't know if I want to spend £7 on it. But when I saw it here for £1.50 with quite a strange slip, I thought, why not? This is my chance to see it. It might be good, it might not be. The main thing about that draws me to this film is because it stars Kirsten Wiig in a certain way, because it's an animated movie and it's Sausage Party. Now, as you can see with this movie, I've never seen this particular edition of this. Probably it's been out for a long time, but it comes with a slip. Now the slip is really different because when you do that, this slip sort of creates this image, and you know, when you put it together, it's quite good actually. I've got very few slips that are like clear, and they've got this arrangement for £1.50. You can't grumble. The film might not be any good, I don't know, but it's one of the ones that I've always wanted to see. It's got quite a good cast actually, so I'm interested to see if it's any good. But £1.50, you can't grumble, and I love that slip as well. Now the next, speaking of slips, the next one was a title I just picked up recently at CEX, and I thought that was my sort of search of that over, and then I bumped into this one for £3, and I picked it up because it's got the slip. You know what I'm like for me slips, and so I thought, right, I'm going to get this one, and this is going to be my version I'm going to have. I wasn't really looking for the slip, but I knew it was, obviously there was a slip out there, and I couldn't turn that down, so I had to double dip slightly on this one and just pick it up for the slip. But it's a lovely slip, it's in great condition as well, and I'm really excited. I've had loads of comments to say that this film's well worth a watch, and it's high up in my list to watch. So Hereditary, £3 slipcover, not bad. Now a lot of people might say, well, you've got it already, but I haven't got it. If there's a slip out there and I see the slip for a sensible price, well, of course I'm going to get it. It's one of the curses that us collectors have to suffer. Next up is a film. When I saw it, I thought, wow, this is all right. For £15, it wasn't cheap, but the fact it's a limited edition Indicator release. Now, to sort of talk about this a little bit more, Indicator aren't being sold in HMV anymore. I think they've had a sort of, I don't know why, that they're not, I don't know the specifics of it, but I know the Indicator don't, you can't buy them in HMV anymore, so it's only online you can get them. And I know that a few people have been getting them, and the boxes haven't been, or the colours of the boxes haven't been the way that they've been advertised. So people are getting not really the best results of getting these things online from the Indicator shop. So because you can't actually buy them in HMV, CEX seem to be stocking a few of these powerhouse Indicator titles. So when I saw this one, I knew it was a limited edition one. I thought, right, I'll have that. £15, not bad. I had to make sure it had the booklet in it, which it did. It's a film I have got on DVD, but I've been wanting to, as soon as this was talked about by Powerhouse, I knew I had to get it. But of course, with the HMV not stocking them anymore, I couldn't just walk into a shop and buy it. But it's a great film as well. I've seen it on DVD, and I've always been a fan of this movie since I saw it. And it is The Beast Must Die. Now this is a very underrated werewolf film. I'm not going to go too much into the whole story and the backstory of the werewolf in this and whatever, but it's got a really interesting part in this movie where you get a thing called a werewolf break, which is the story is that somebody in this group of people is a werewolf, and you've got to try and make your mind up as to who you think this person is, or who the werewolf is. So it gets towards the end of the film and it stops for the werewolf break, and you can then decide amongst yourselves when you're watching it to say, do you think it's this, do you think it's that? And then you sort of get paused to reflect to say, right, now you're going to find out who the werewolf is, and are you correct? It's quite an interesting little play on it, but it's got an amazing booklet in here. It's in great condition as well. You get a reversible artwork on it. I do think the reversible artwork is okay, but I don't think it's a patch at all on this artwork. I just love that cover. I have got the original DVD on American DVD, which I'll get for you now. So there's the original DVD from it's from America. It's got a lovely the presentation of this is quite good, if I'm honest, and it tells you about there on the werewolf break, and you know, these are the people that say this could be any one of these could be the werewolf, or is it? And of course it stars Peter Cushing as well, which is another big draw to a movie. And any movie that stars Peter Cushing is probably just 90% there anyway, without even knowing anything about the film. So this is 1974, was released by Amicus, who are kind of like a sort of a rival to Hammer Films. It's very Hammer, Amicus and Hammer did do very similar sort of movies. So this movie here, this is the brand new remaster, and I'm interested to see it because I remember the DVD being okay, but obviously if this is going to be a brand new remaster, then it's going to be well worth it. So about the presentation, it says Studio Canal's HD remaster was a source of this indicator edition. So that if it's anything to do with Studio Canal, I would imagine it's going to look really good. Very excited to check this out. I haven't looked at it yet, but it's got, the booklet is just massive. It's got loads and loads of stuff in it. I don't know if it's got, I do know who the werewolf is. I don't know if it shows you in this. I would hate to open it and it would say, oh, this is the werewolf. I don't think it does, but that would be a big massive spoiler, wouldn't it? So this is spine number 178. Indicator / Powerhouse do some absolutely amazing versions of movies. Always rate them very highly. It's a big shame that you don't really see them in HMV anymore for whatever reason, but I was really happy to pick that up. So that's The Beast Must Die. So the next film I got for £8, and this has been on my wish list for a long time. I haven't seen it that cheap even in HMV actually, and I thought, right, as soon as I saw it, I thought I'm going to get that, and it's got the booklet in as well, and it is Deathline. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to get this film is because obviously I've seen it, but a long time ago. It doesn't. It has some sort of artwork there, but it's not reversible art. The booklet is very nice actually as well. You get loads of stuff about the kind of art that was out for this movie, because it was also called Raw Meat as well. I think I saw it as Raw Meat on the TV. So this movie also features a soundtrack by the guys Jeremy Rose and Will Malone. Now I believe it's Will Malone that my friend that I used to work with and I keep in touch with on Instagram, John Peacock, he is actually related to the guy who made the music in here, and he's had sort of big chats in his house with how he made the music to this particular movie. I know the music he's played for us on YouTube before. When I was talking to him, he said that and it's got some really good music, and I didn't know anything about. Obviously you don't remember them type of things when you haven't seen the movie for years, but I'm interested to sort of pick John's brain about this title. I will get in touch with him on Instagram and say, guess what I've picked up, because we talked about this quite a long, I mean it's about 10 years ago when we talked about it, but I'm interested to see it now properly as an adult. Also it features a brand new restoration, and it stars Donald Pleasance as well, so it's got a lot of stuff going for it. I believe it's maybe about 1972, that sort of time period. But I love them type of films anyway. I think it might be an Amicus film, I'm not too sure. I don't think it's a Hammer film. and I was just really happy to pick it up because obviously it's on my list, and for £8 with a booklet in great condition, it's a no-brainer. So lastly, I went to HMV to look for The Last Action Hero on 4K, and it wasn't there, unfortunately. It was sold out, but I'd said to the guy, I said, look, can I ask you if there's any slipcovers with Last Action Hero? And he said there was no slipcovers with a lot that they got in for sale. So I said, do you think there's going to be any slipcovers on these releases? And he says, I don't think there is, actually. So I was like, wow, that's just what a backward step that is for people who collect, you know, on first release. If you go and buy the title, straight away you expect at least a slipcover. I know there's a special edition out there which is way expensive. There is a steelbook out there which I'm not too interested in. Also, speaking of steelbooks, at that point, like a couple of days ago, they were selling the Meg steelbook on 4K for $14.99, and it's been there for a couple of visits when I've been there, so I don't know if it'll still be there. But you're interested in getting the Meg on 4K in the steelbook form. It's a nice steelbook, but I don't collect 4K steelbooks. I urge you to check it out as quick as you can if you're up for that. So I went to the till and I was asking the bloke about, did he think there was going to be any slipcovers? He said he doesn't think there is, and every time I've seen it actually shown online, there's not a slipcover on it. But funny enough, on that day I come back and I was watching somebody unboxing the steelbook, and that guy on the video on YouTube said that there will be the slipcovers, and he's an American fella, the slipcovers will be released in a month's time. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the same for us, so I'm just going to say that if you're thinking about buying it and you want a slipcover, you might be going to hold off with it for another month, and then you can pick it up with a slipcover if you're interested in that, like I am. I would hate to think I would have got it and then thought, hang on, there's a slipcover come out on these ones. I don't know if that's, I never confirmed that for this thing happening in the UK, but if it is, it might be a heads up for you. But then again, if it's never going to get a slipcover, then you may as well just hold out and get it as cheap as you can, because you're not missing out on anything. The price will come down that very quickly, so like it has with Total Recall. Okay, so when I was in there, I thought, well, that's a bit of a disappointment. So I went and had a look at the horror section, and I thought, well, there's nothing here. And just out of the corner of my eye, I saw this, and I thought, wow, this is a strange title I have in here, because for the simple fact is, as with Indicator, HMV don't stock Eureka titles anymore. So this one was there, and I'm sure it wasn't there maybe a couple of days earlier when I went. And it is Troll, the complete collection with a lovely slip. Now, this was only $12.99, and I thought I couldn't, because obviously it's Eureka, and that jumped out more than anything else before I even realised it was Troll. Now, I haven't seen this in my HMV for a long time, and the thing I was confused about was, why was the Eureka title in HMV? Because these days you just don't see them at all. I used to love the fact that I used to love looking through Eureka titles, and I do think they're absolutely brilliant, and I buy them all the time, mainly offline now, because obviously that's the only way you can get them. But I was so pleased to get this one. Obviously you've got your slipcover, and you've got a lovely booklet, and I'll step a little sticker off the shrink wrap as well, and you get 2 discs, and you get Troll and Troll 2, and I really want to see Troll 2 because it's one of those ultra so bad it's good. But so that's my sort of strange title that I was absolutely stunned to see. And I know this, I'm pretty sure this is out of print now or thereabouts. So anyway, so quick heads up on the Last Action Hero. You might be, if this is confirmed, maybe on forums you might be able to find this out. You might want to wait a month if you want to get yourself a slipcover like I do, or wait till it comes down and get it cheap, because you're not going to get anything more. In the future, you're going to get, usually I don't like getting them too late, because you do miss out on the slip, but you might not miss out on this one, or you might have to save yourself buying it twice and just hold off. So yeah, so sometimes you get an unexpected stash, and I feel like I've got a really unexpected one with these titles. Really interesting checking these out. Like I say, Deathline, The Beast Must Die, and Troll, I've been really after those ones. Happy to get the slipcover for Hereditary. It was a bit of a extravagance, but never mind. And that Sausage Party slip is just so odd, but I like things like that. Okay, so thanks for watching. You take care, and I will see you next time.